The San Diego Prep Insiders basketball podcast is powered by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Welcome to the San Diego Prep Insider Boys Basketball Podcast Playoff Edition. This is the Division III bracket, or if you're one of those people that likes to get a little one over on it, this is the Division III bracket. Now I get to punch everybody out there. Christian Betterson, Real Tommy Morris, at Full-Time Hoops 1, a.k.a. Papa Bergen, a.k.a. gonna try and get his son to get a little redemption. If you watch the D4 bracket podcast, you know that we got a 3 from the Russian judge on the landing there. No, it was an aggregate 4 because the American judge gave him a friendly 6. Sorry, the Olympics. Technical points and triple sow cows and toe loops and all that. It's got me fired up, but you know what else has me fired up? The fact that Mount Miguel finished in the top 10, and we get to talk about them right now in the D3 bracket. Guys, we're going to not be able to talk about them necessarily right now because they are playing the winner of a play-in game, and a 116 tends to favor the one. So we'll start right there. It's Mount Miguel versus the winner of San Ysidro versus Palo Verde Valley. So let's just talk about this in the abstract of Mount Miguel versus fill in the blank.
I love this Mount Miguel team. They've grown on me. This is a team that's very complete, a very good point guard in James Allen, Marquise Neal, and Deron Trailer, really good on the wing. Marquise Edwards is becoming one of the best players in the region that you've never heard of. I talked about him a little bit last night, just did kind of a primer on the Division III playoffs. Edwards is a kid that right now his coach's phone is ringing off the hook with all these big-time AAU clubs that want him to play because he's that good. And then you throw in the middle a kid, Craig Jackson, CJ Jackson. Didn't play basketball in an organized fashion until this year. This was his first year playing organized ball, and he's just been a force in the middle, absolute force. This is one of the more complete Division III teams we've seen in a very long time. I expect them to win whoever they play in that 16 game pretty handily. And
in all that, you didn't even bring up the fact that this is a team that was in the finals last year. So they're returning players that have not just playoff experience, but the ability to win multiple rounds and get to a playoff game. And
yeah, you're right. But you know what's crazy is they graduated 3 of their 5 starters, and one of those starters got demoted this year. McKeith Dunbar has been coming off the bench for them. He's a great shooter, but
it's still a mentality thing.
Yeah,
regardless of if you're returning all 5 or if you're returning none of your 5, it's still a program mentality of we were there, we've been there, we're going to get back there.
It starts at the coach.
Exactly. Tommy?
Yeah, I mean, Mount Miguel's going to win this game, obviously, and also shout out to San Ysidro for to make that drive all the way to Palo Verde today. Good luck, guys.
So the team that the winner of that Mount Miguel game will be playing is the winner of San Diego Academy versus Valley Center. This is the 8 versus the 9. Always the toss-up. Hard to even call it an upset if you're going to pick Valley Center. So, Tommy, let's start over here with you.
I'm going to San Diego. I think they have to play a lot of those North County schools. They're all really good programs, so I'm going to take San Diego.
I'm going to go Valley Center. They won bigger and progressively better as the season went on. So the adage of play your best ball at the end of the year, I see Valley Center taking this one.
I'm going to go San Diego Academy. Much tougher schedule. I mean, they play in the Avocado West, where they get tested every night in, night out against teams like Torrey Pines, La Costa Canyon, Carlsbad. I think that Travis Snyder and crew is ready to go.
Fair enough. You can always throw a lot of love at any team that has to play in the Avocado Leagues or in the Western or the Coastal or anything like that. Our next game, number 5, Olympian, number 12, Mount Carmel. Guys, two kind of different styles of basketball being played here.
Very.
All jump ball will go back to you on the picks.
This is gonna be one of the closest games in any of the first round games.
So tell me this is your first upset pick.
No, this is not.
Not your first upset.
I picked an upset.
No, for this bracket.
Oh, and yeah.
You gotta think people don't watch every bracket video.
That's right. Yeah. So this won't be my first upset. I'm gonna pick Olympian, but this is gonna be a game that's gonna be like 40-36 because both teams are just really just grizzled on defense. Olympian, very physical in the middle with Isaiah Williams, who is going to go on to play Division I football somewhere. Has he signed yet? I don't think so, but he will eventually play D1 football. Gio Martinez, really physical at the point guard position as well. And they just got a litany of guys who just grind you. Mount Carmel, same way. Nate Middleton is probably their most polished scoring option, but I just see that, defensively Olympian overwhelms them and they get the home win.
I'm going to pick Mount Carmel for the same reason I picked SDA. All the schools up there really good, so they get tested all the time.
Well, you talk about getting tested. The Olympian had to play against Moderate A Catholic. They had to play against some Eastlake, some Montgomery. So this is a pair of just how do you define getting tested? Is it getting tested with shooters or getting tested with defense? I like getting tested with defense. To me, this is Steve Fisher's ideal basketball game. First one to 50 wins, and if you're going to be lucky if you get to 50 because it's going to be about long possessions, and it might be first one to 20 wins. Probably this could be like a single digits at the half type of score because everybody's just playing defense. But you got something you want to say about this game? We got some San Diego high school players floating around because it's the President's Day weekend, so there's no school. So of course they decide to hang out in our studio because that's just how famous we are. But I'll go with Olympian, and I'll go with Olympian in a way that really excites you for any of the next 3 games they could potentially have to play. So let's talk about that next game. Number 4, Hoover. Number 13, Sweetwater. We are talking about 2 teams that made some noise at the end of the season to win league titles. Shout out Neil Ryan Pangilinan for watching our content and proving that, we help. You hate us and we fire you up, but we help. We get you there. So, guys, one side we got Hoover and Chris Modica, and the other side we got Sweetwater and a younger team, if you want to go with it. So, Tommy, how do you see this one?
I'm gonna go Sweetwater here. Neil Ryan.
Ooh, I hate picking the 13 over the 4. Just to clarify that's the biggest upset we've seen out of Tommy Morris yet.
And so sorry, I'm not gonna be able to provide bulletin board material for Sweetwater now, but I'm
there.
Taking
You go.
I'm going to go Hoover in this one. I think that, size matters, and where C.J. McMillan is he's a physical presence, he is a freshman. This is going to be one of those games where experience wills out. Chris Modica, and not to mention Jalen Harrington, a senior guard who's kind of gone under the radar this year, and Jalen Ginty, who's actually the de facto point guard for this group. That backcourt trio has been together for 2 years now, with Chris transferring over from Sarah as a junior. This is a team also that had a chance to play in the D2 playoffs last year, but saw it go away when CIF took away all of their wins due to having an ineligible player. This is a team that has a chip on its shoulder that's going to win games, and I expect them to go pretty deep in the playoffs. Do you have anything you want to say about Hoover? You played against them a couple times this year. Come on over here. Let's see.
We're going to try this again?
We're going to try this.
Preparing for Hoover versus Mount Miguel.
Well, we'll just talk about Hoover.
So we like to provide insight. This is AJ. He plays for San Diego. He got to play a couple of these teams. What might be some of the challenges that Sweetwater will face when they play Hoover?
Well, like my dad said, the Sweetwater is big. CJ McMillan, he is a freshman. He's still pretty big, but unlike Cheeseburger of Hoover, he's not as big, and that could be a problem because he gets a lot of rebounds. And San Diego, we're not that small, but we still face some troubles whenever we play them, and I think Sweetwater might face the same.
Fair enough. Excellent recovery.
Stuck the landing.
That's the one where that's the Shaun White 1760 of his media appearances so far this season. They grow up so fast, man. They grow up so fast. So it's really easy to see that Hoover has the edge. What, you watered him and fed him after dark? So okay, yeah.
The thing from Stranger Things, the little just gets bigger and bigger.
80s references, 2013 references. We get a little bit to everybody, but right now it seems like this would maybe not be oh my goodness, that's such a surprising upset, but at the same time it would be. So I will also go with Hoover. Let's jump down to the bottom half of this bracket. I hate calling it the bottom half because that neglects some of these teams. Physically speaking, as I'm looking at the page, the bottom half of the bracket, number 3, Bonita Vista, although I'm told by everybody that I know I'm just supposed to call them Bonita. It's weird. You wouldn't call La Jolla just La. Versus Central. Guys, the Barons going to take this one, right?
Yeah, but it's going to be a close one.
Oh.
This is a very decent Central team. Again, had a chance to see this team play earlier the Chula Vista Spartan Classic, which Bonita Vista was a part of. And this is a group that, they will limit possessions. They will shorten the game. They'll take the clock down to 30 seconds before getting a shot. And when you play in the playoffs, that grinded out style, it can be really tough to shake. I'm going Bonita Vista, but just sheerly based off of the sheer will of Anthony Mendoza, a senior who has been there before. He's won a title as a sophomore in Jenny Craig Pavilion in the Division III level. I really like what he brings to the table, bringing maturity to an erstwhile younger team. I'm going with the Barons.
All right, Tommy, any way you can follow up that SAT word-laden analysis?
Yeah, I guess I got a translation question. So if I translate it out, it's just called the Beautiful, since it's just Bonita?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go with the Beautiful then.
All right,
So I'm going.
deal. I will also agree with you on that. Anthony Mendoza, this is a team that you get the feeling that they've got just the right mix of old and young, and that they are here to make some noise. The winner of that game will move on to play the winner of number 6 Carlsbad versus number 11 Pacific Ridge. What do we got going on here, Tommy?
Carlsbad by a lot.
Yeah, this is Carlsbad's my dark horse in this bracket. This is the only Division III team to have beaten Mount Miguel. They beat them 68-62 earlier in the year. And this is a team on a tear. I mean, they handily beat Canyon Crest, handily beat La Costa Canyon, and gave Torrey Pines their closest game in the Avocado West. This is a team that's playing their best basketball right when you need to.
Hands down, Carlsbad in this one, and it brings up an interesting couple of games because I will say that Carlsbad, we did a part of our hashtag game, where is the one place you don't want to play, and you both had a cute little moment where you said something about Torrey Pines. I will thoroughly disagree, and I will say that Carlsbad basketball is the most difficult home environment to play in of any sport in the county year-long, year-wide. Harder than any football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, anything environment. Playing a home game at Carlsbad, the CHS Loud crowd can literally put points on the board or take points away by how coordinated and loud they are. So this is something where if Bonita drops, if you look at the other side of that bracket and Rancho Buena Vista drops, Carlsbad could have several rounds worth of home games, and you could be talking about a 6 seed in the finals if things work out right, just because of that home court advantage.
I'm talking about a 6 seed in the finals, even if they have got to travel on the road. I think they're that good.
Deal. Don't cross Troy Bloomquist, man. He'd be flexing on you with those cannons. Next game, number 7, Brawley. Number 10, Santana. I'm assuming it's going to be shortened to the point with you.
Brawley.
I will also go with Brawley.
Going Brawley.
Clean sweep. Under the rug. Adios, Santana. Thanks for playing. Take your air freshener on the way out. See you next season. Next game, this one to me is a long time coming to be talking about this team again. Number 2, Rancho Buena Vista playing number 15, University City. Guys, RBV has literally beaten open division teams this year. So literally not oh my goodness, literally, like actually physically, literally, they've gotten the win against the San Marcos.
Disapproval of somebody in the audience.
So I don't connect with the hip young audience. Hard pass on caring about that one. RBV UC, guys.
I'm picking RBV in this one. This is other than Carlsbad, this is the team that's best equipped to beat Mount Miguel in this bracket. Coach Aaron Abrams, what a job he's done. I mean, this has been the doormat of the Avocado East, ever since the graduation of Johnny D and Anthony Alston. But with Patrick McLaughlin, Nick, Jack Bailey, Noah Fields, this is a really talented group. Yeah. Jamal Bell. Nathaniel Romero. I mean, they've got guys, they've got players, and they've got that great blend of youth and experience. Guys who have had to go through the grind of, the Avocado East. I mean, because that is a grind. I mean, you get out
about 15 to 20 losses for some of these seniors.
Yeah,
they went through those types of seasons.
Exactly. I mean, that's the type of conference where if you're a Division III team, you may go 3-7, 2-8, or 1-9 in that league, but you're still going to be one of the favorites in your division. So I'm going RBV.
I will agree with you on that.
I'm going to agree too. We saw them early in the season. One of the terms we went to, and even just seeing them shoot around, I'm like, this is a team that has a chance to win a championship. Now they're here in the playoffs. I think they got a real shot.
There you go. That is the Division III bracket. Thank you very much for watching. Click around, watch our other brackets, and we'll be back for the next round.